So today is my non-Disney day. It's Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure. So today's Universal, and as you can see, I am ridiculously early. Yeah, I'm actually parked in the first row of cars. Isn't that nuts? I'm just terrible. So we're gonna start walking on down, heading on into City Walk. And what you may not know if you've never been to Universal in Orlando is that they have two huge parking garages. And to get from the parking garages into the parks, it's like a half-mile walk. So we've got a little ways to go. But it's kind of fun. Once you get past the garages, then it's all City Walk, which means lots of restaurants, stores, and other stuff to see and do. And so we'll let you get a little look at that. And we're just now getting past the garages. You can see the other main garage over there. That's nice because you've got the moving sidewalks for the really lazy people like me. And then if you want to get extra walking in, as if you're not going to get enough to begin with, there's that too. And right at the end of this is security. Woohoo! So I just learned something. Don't take pictures of Universal security spot. It's basically metal detectors and inspection bags, so not a big deal. But then after that, you can see more conveyor belts and walkways before you actually get in City Walk. I'm here early enough. It's basically all team members, as they call them here at Universal, checking in. So not too many of us tourist types yet. The nice thing with these conveyor belts is at the end of the day, they reverse direction. So right now, yeah, it's kind of nice. But at the end of the day, when you're tired and sick of walking, they're wonderful then. If you come in on a bus or a taxi or something like that, or valet, hey, there you go. They've got extra stops for those. And that is something brand new. It's a mini golf. Invaders from Planet Putt. Cute.
The moving walkway exit is approaching. Please, watch your step.
Now, anytime you arrive at Universal, you end up walking through City Walk, which Universal City Walk has all sorts of different restaurants. It's got a movie theater, a mini golf course. There's Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, and all sorts of different places to visit and go and see and do. It's got a couple of great little photo opportunities like this surfboard, which doesn't look like much until you stick a couple kids on it like mine did a couple years ago. It was at Universal City Walk that I would also meet up with Aaron and Laurel. They're old friends of ours from Florida. In fact, Laurel actually used to be my daughter's best friend down there, and it's also where we bought the express passes, which were going to allow us to skip the lines, and boy, did those express passes come in handy today. It's a little expensive, but in this case, it was worth it. What's a cowfish? Oh, you know what? I'll bet it's one of these. Now, if you're staying at a Universal Resort Hotel, you can always take the boat to the parks. Islands of Adventure was really tempting, and you can see Hard Rock Cafe and the Chocolate Factory there, but today, we're going to be starting at Universal Studios Florida. So here I am at Universal. It's about 20 minutes or so before park opening. And hey, we're about to get a big announcement.
This is our honorary...
We started off the day at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. But if you want to see that, you're going to have to go check the vlog I have with just Wizarding World stuff in it. So there's a link in the description below. You can check it that way. And that'll show you everything that we did during the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in both Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade. After we'd spent a good bit of time with Harry, well, then it was off to one of my favorites from the past, Men in Black. Okay, so we just got off of Men in Black. I had like one of the worst scores I've ever had on that. Aaron totally kicked my butt.
I was worse.
And then we got stopped right at the Big Bug. And we're sitting there waiting, and we found out when we got back why we got stopped. Because apparently somebody got sick, but I didn't hear them say that, and so guess who stepped in it? I'm a dork. Now I've actually got recording this time. Some of you are probably going to be mad at us because we just skipped The Simpsons. And you know what? That's okay, because I'm not a Simpsons fan. You a Simpsons fan? Nope. So, I wrote it was Back to the Future. That was good enough for me. So, oh well. Meantime, I guess I'll just be like Bart and run away. You never know who you're going to see here at Universal. Movie stars galore. For the most part, we were focusing on things that weren't here during my last visit to Universal 8 years ago. So the next stop was going to be Transformers, where we got to meet Megatron. Ooh. So we've been busy, thanks to Express Passes. Let's see, we just finished Jimmy Fallon, we've already done the Minions, we've done Transformers, and it's been pretty cool. So, it's been a long time, so this is all new stuff to me. Now, Jimmy Fallon is where Tornado used to be, which is, actually, I really enjoyed Tornado for kind of the wrong reasons, because it made me relive when I was actually stuck in a real tornado, but it was fun. Neat rides. So, having fun. Any comments? Yes?
It was fun.
It was fun?
Great time.
Yeah, they better say that since I let them in the park.
Yep.
So then we come up to the Mummy. And of course they've got these guys out here making you feel really short. And end up into there, which this may actually be the best coaster at Universal. At least it used to be. The Mummy done. You can tell the wind-blown hair. Still love that ride. It's neat that after all these years, all the special effects are still working on it. So they haven't changed that. So now it's back over to Diagon Alley and taking Hogwarts. And we're only at, what, noon?
Wow,
Doing pretty good. So Universal Express Pass does wonders for that. So we'll go hit the other stuff that we want to do the first time, and then we'll start doing the re-rides and triple rides and whatever else. So Universal still has a lot of the old studios feel about it. And then you kind of run into things like this. That's the old Earthquake ride. I loved that ride. Still nothing there. Maybe someday they'll get something back in. Although they got the Fast and the Furious shop, which Aaron really wants to go to. Are we going to the shop? Aaron's got to go shopping. Really cool. This is the King's Cross station, and of course, you know, in the subway, you've always got the people that are out there playing. Very cool. We just got done with Wizarding World of Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Neat ride system. I'm really surprised they haven't put that in place in any other places. Laurel's telling me that's her favorite ride ever. So, and poor Aaron, he had one ride and he was done. He's a wuss. So, but we'll give him a little roller coaster later and then see who's the wuss. But we're on our way into Jurassic Park now. I am really surprised how crowded it is today. There are people everywhere. And I mean, the lines aren't horrible by any means, but it's still a lot of people. So, having a hard time walking anywhere without tripping over people. And let's see, how many times have you been slammed in the back now?
Like
3. I've gotten 2. I mean, when I was staying still, not moving on the side, and wham. How about you?
Nobody.
Nobody? Yeah, they just don't like Aaron.
Yeah. They know better.
We walked on past Jurassic Park just simply because I had been on it a number of times in the past, and made our way over to Skull Island, Reign of Kong. I wonder why they call it Skull Island. Oh, maybe that's why. This was actually a really neat ride. You ride on trucks that are actually driven by animatronic figures. That's right, no human drivers on them. And they get to take you inside where you're going to have your big encounter with the really big guy. Very cool ride, though it can be a bit scary for little ones. Next stop, the Incredible Hulk. And another encounter with Universal Security. So Aaron and I just got off Hulk. That was his first time ever on it. What'd you think?
I liked it. It was really good.
Really good?
Yeah.
So, what'd you like best about it?
I like how much the security is.
The security. Yeah, there's security. You may have heard about it where they tell you to lock everything. I had a pen in my pocket and they made me throw it away. And my wallet in my back pocket, which doesn't move, we had to stick in a zippered pocket and they were going to make us go around. I mean, nothing. I have never ever lost an object in a coaster. Ever. And it didn't matter. Like, wow. Kind of silly. It was a good ride. I love the launch. Yeah, no, we didn't have that noise when we launched.
That means you were the one that did it.
Yep. For me, it was good, you know, with the new track. I did find a little bit of a headbanger. I did find myself having to ride defensively, which means leaning your head forward so I didn't get the stuff knocked out of my head. But otherwise, fun ride. there she goes. I don't know if I got her or not. There's Hulk. Then it was time for Cat in the Hat. This is actually one of my wife's favorite rides. It's a ride I love, but one that I found out that Aaron and Laurel had never been on. Well, Aaron didn't even know the story. I have just blown Aaron and Laurel's mind by making them ride Cat in the Hat. And apparently they hadn't remembered the story very well. So Aaron's trying to remember the story now by reading the book.
Perfectly.
It was great, wasn't it?
No.
That's one of my wife's favorite rides.
Sorry.
You hear that, Margaret? You need to be offended. Do I need to beat Laurel for you? I can beat Laurel. You know I can. So way back years ago, this area here was our favorite part of the park. This is Lost Continent in Islands. And just a really pretty area. You got Poseidon over there. We've already passed Mythos, which a lot of people thought was the greatest restaurant ever in a park. It was okay. We didn't eat there today, but just love the landscaping and scenery here and the atmosphere. And then I had been told by my friends that one of the things that we absolutely loved is supposedly still here. So we're gonna go wander over to that. So they're gonna go over and get their medallions polished while I visit with. That pretty or wet? Nice. By the way, notice his name.
Yes.
Oh,
Circumference National Service.
I love your name.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
perfect for me.
Oh yes, well, you know, I wasn't always circumference, you know. Used to be plain old conference once upon a time. Strange things happen in life. See the Queen scared out of a tree that one time. Yeah. As soon as I touched my foot back down on the ground with that well-fed tabby in my hand, here comes the Queen and a few of her knights looking for the same well-fed tabby, and I was knighted on the spot for an act of selfless gallantry. Ah, yes. Apparently she was beside herself in grief that day with the loss of her beloved tabby. I was handing out knighthood like it was going out of style, and was a little bit, you know. Look at that. So here we are. One respect. And once again, sparkling. Now, it's been a little while since you've been. We have some designs here that we may or may not. Idea, of course, once you design your metal, we load everything we need, the guides, the metal into the base, and then we raise and drop our mighty 150-pound hammer. Hammer's coming down, and striking! Now we have a look. See how well that's turned out, indeed. There we go. Here, two of our newest designs. This one is the image of the music empowerment and also the Lotus Mandala. There we are.
thank you, sir.
Very nice.
So this is one of my favorite parts here of Islands of Adventure. Talking fountain. Now notice the water all around.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? I'm Casbah. What's your name? What? Hi, Bella. How old are you? 8? I was 8 when I was your age. Is that an owl on your shirt? Nice. What do you call a magical owl? Houdini. You don't know who Houdini is? Oh, well then that joke's not very funny for you.
It had been a fun, awesome day, but it was definitely getting near the end and we were getting a bit tired. We decided to close out with another ride on the Hogwarts Express over to Diagon Alley. Our dragon is going to put an exclamation point to the day. Hey, what do you have to say up there? And on that note, it's time to say goodnight to an awesome day. It had been an incredibly fun day. There were a couple of things I wish we'd had time to do and didn't get to. And the encounters with Universal Security were, well, interesting, but really not that big a deal. My biggest regret is I would have liked one more day to enjoy everything. But we knew in advance it was going to be tough with only one day available. To end the day, however, we decided to close out with one of my old favorites that I miss up here in Missouri, Del Taco. So thanks so much for joining us for a day at Universal Studios Resort.